You lead.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think.
Muss man eben eine Stunde meditieren, damit wir wieder
Sewing up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious.
aufgefüllt sind. So, ich muss auch noch mal ganz kurz hier schauen, denn, was ist das denn hier? Manuskript? Ach so, das, was wir lesen sollten. So, dann werde ich jetzt aber noch mal... Hier unten sind ja Nekrophagen, also das verbesserte Nekrophagenöl auftragen. Was ist denn das für eine Waffe, die wir hier haben? Ein stumpfes Schwert. Was zur Hölle haben wir da für ein Schwert ausgerüstet? Was ist das für ein Mist? Was zur Hölle ist das denn? So, dann werde ich nochmal das Öl auftragen. Das Gift. Und zwar das Gift der Erhängten. Das kommt hier drauf. Und wir haben doch auch noch einen Trank, den wir ausrüsten können. Oder sind das schon die verbesserten? Das ist schon alles gut, würde ich sagen.
I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
So, Schnauze jetzt hier. Was war das denn? So, dann kann es ja weitergehen. Alter, die haben mich ganz gut zugerichtet, ne, die Jungs. Krass. Und irgendwie bringt das Heilen nichts mehr. Oh nee, nicht so ein Schlammball, nicht so ein Schlammball. Fuck. Wow.
Another takes its place.
I know how you feel. Believe me.
Oh, ich hasse die Schlammweiber. Und warum zur Hölle? Ach cool, der schießt.
Come on, come closer.
Und warum zur Hölle bringt das nichts mehr? Das wundert mich, ehrlich gesagt.
Where to now? Up.
Yes, it's not far now.
Priscilla. How's it look? Give it to me straight. No sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal. But it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
Na, da bin ich ja mal gespannt. Ob er da wirklich hilfreich sein kann. So, es ist immer noch die andere Quest ausgewählt. Und das ist natürlich blöd. Das soll ich natürlich nicht machen. So, das wollen wir natürlich machen. So, kann es weitergehen.
Take the ladder. This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Aha, aha. Hier geht's also lang. So, die Leiche des Zwergenschnitzers.
Looks like necrophage has got to this one. Human. Wrong body type. Let's keep looking.
So ein paar sind hier sicherlich noch. Da bin ich ja mal gespannt, was das für einer ist, der ihr das angetan hat, der guten Priscilla. Das ist natürlich auch nicht. Das war ja eine Frau, um die es ging, soweit ich weiß. Oder ging es überhaupt um eine Frau? Ich weiß es gar nicht, jetzt ehrlich gesagt. Wissen wir das? Ja, auf jeden Fall gibt es hier sonst noch viel zu holen. Von daher ist es auf jeden Fall ein guter Ausflug hierher. Und dass die hier so aufgebahrt sind, einfach nur so rumliegen, das ist auch irgendwie sehr skurril, ne? Ist sie das? Schwirren schon die Fliegen drüber rum. So, vielleicht ja hier.
That's gotta be him.
This one's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
Aha, so.
A dwarf, but the hands. Not a carpenter's. A banker's, more likely. Let's keep looking. Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes, and some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it...
Oh, na toll. Armer Kerl, ey.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Sieht ja fast nach
Let's examine the mouth.
Folter aus.
Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Aha, warum sollte man das denn machen?
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin. An incision. But the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded. Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him. See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
And a different sense of humor. His genitals, we ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
Genau.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
All right. Think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
Ein Ritualmord, eine Strafe. Das mit dem Ei sieht natürlich nach Ritualmord aus. Und mit dem Herz entfernen und so. Ihn länger am Leben lassen, könnte aber auch eine Strafe sein, ne?
Sure of one thing. This was punishment.
Even the witch hunters don't engage in this kind of torture. What sin could possibly merit it?
Only the murderer knows that. And it's the key to finding him. Or her. It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine. Long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebyritz was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, Your Reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As Your Reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Nicht schlecht, nicht
Why'd you
schlecht.
cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
Ja, gar nicht so ein schlechter Typ.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Genau.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
So, finde den Leichensammler Eustachius, untersuche den Ort, an dem der Schnitzer starb, mit Hilfe deiner Hexersinne und untersuche die Gasse, in der Priscilla angegriffen wurde, mit Hilfe deiner Hexersinne.
An abomination.
Das ist ja gleich um die Ecke, dann gehen wir jetzt erstmal dahin. Oh Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann, ey. Was ein kranker Typ, ey.
Bloody bandits! Can't go out in the streets no more!
At least before they didn't used to kill women.
Full of fat.
You Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue?
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember. No ice, no art, one of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her, on account of the...
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left
Ich
unsaid.
glaube auch.
You searched Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets, made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
Talk. What did you find on him?
As you wish. Triflings, baubles, gloss-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
Ja, lass ihn weg, ey.
Get out of my sight. Now.
Da hat auch keiner was von, wenn ich den jetzt umboxe. So, dann untersuchen wir jetzt mal den Ort. Den Ort des Geschehens, wo der gute Schnitzer sein Leben lassen musste. Das ist Doppelscheiß. Ich höre jetzt mal Doppelscheiß. Doppelscheiß. So.
Got my eye on you.
Ja, läuft. Ist mir doch ein Lachs, du Ochse. Oh, doof, hier geht's ja gar nicht rein.
In short, who kisses your ass today will bite it tomorrow. No loitering round here.
Schaue ich mich hier mal ein bisschen um.
Murdering folk at night. Just might be.
Genau, klopf, klopf.
Anyone home?
Be gone, or I'll set me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on in. Slowly now, listen to lightning.
Charming as beasts go.
You daft? Even I'm scared of them. A better barking dog than an evil man at your door.
Got someone particular in mind?
Sure as shite. Bugger who did Fabian in. As soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I ran to a mate who raised his fighting dogs. Bought these 2 mutts. Cost me a chunk of change. But I sleep sound at least.
Tja, bis sie dich zerbeißen, ey. Mann.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
'Twas Fabian who threatened this one last. Oh, you were a good dwarf, craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring.
Ja, mein Gott, ey.
Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag," and other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
City cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. Her pont said a fever took her.
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
It was like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss and burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleating orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. They'd care about some dwarf.
Tja, ein Zwerg zählt hier gar nichts. Huch.
Tell me what you know about the murder.
It was like this. See the soot stains?
Talk to your neighbors.
Entschuldigung. So.
Fine, we've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Ja, die Hunde tun nichts, glaube ich. Wenn man sie nicht ärgert.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones. Someone dragged something across the floor. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly. Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Hier ist noch was. Aha, Predikt eines besorgten Bürgers. Lass mal kurz gucken, was wir denn aufgenommen haben. Vergesst nicht, liebe Leute, dass das Feuer sowohl ein Segen als auch ein Fluch ist. Feuer kann mit seinem Flammen wärmen, Feuer kann unsere Nahrung zubereiten, Feuer kann die Schrecken der Nacht vertreiben, doch Feuer kann auch versengen, verbrennen und verzehren. Deshalb müssen wir mit dem ewigen Feuer und seinen Geboten in Harmonie leben. Wer seine Lektionen nicht befolgt, wer sie ignoriert, wer sich darüber lustig macht, soll sein Leben in seinen Flammen verlieren. Nehmt euch meinen Rat zu Herzen, gute Menschen, und ihr werdet mit den Konsequenzen eurer Taten leben müssen. Oder ihr werdet damit leben müssen. So, ein besorgter Bürger. Aha, besorgt. So. Das klingt nicht besorgt, das klingt wie eine Drohung. Na? Bello? Sei ein braves Hündchen und lass mich hier die Sachen klauen.
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
Das wäre sehr freundlich. Fleischliche Sünden.
More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood, left a few stains behind. Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it.
Aha.
Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it. Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked.
Na, ich bin ja echt sehr gespannt, was hier abgegangen ist. Hier ist noch was. Was ist denn das?
Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten. Nothing here.
Aha, hier ist sonst nichts weiter, sagt er. Das kann ich ja kaum glauben.
Aye.
Had a look at your sculptures.
And? Lifelike, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. The women especially. Never seen a bust that size on Molitale.
Oh, aye. Fabian's handiwork. I told him, brother, tits like that will crush her back. Whittle him down. He said, nay, they'd sell better this way. Told me to shut me trap. And sell they did. Till one sermon at the temple. And the celebrating reverend said that whoso buys idols from the non-human mires sins twofold, as a heretic and as a lecher. That was the end of that.
Already know what happened. Fabian was in the workshop. Murderer attacked him there. They struggled. Fabian was overpowered, then tortured. For a time.
I needn't know the details. Truth be told, I hadn't the stomach for him.
When it was over, the murderer dragged Fabian to the courtyard, then made a pyre of sculptures, set them aflame.
But why? Why do all that?
To teach a lesson. To him, you, the whole city. Fine, we've talked enough. Won't learn anything else here. Take care.
Oh Mann, ey. So, dann geht's jetzt weiter zum nächsten Schauplatz des Geschehens. Ja, das klingt doch irgendwie danach, als wenn irgendein verwirrter Anhänger...
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim.
What? Schon wieder?
Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Ah! Oh!
Das machen wir gleich.
Hey, handsome.
Lispellotte. Moin, Lispellotte.
A brazier. This time of year?
Wieso, die sind nur überall in der Stadt?
I know that smell. Formaldehyde.
How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
Ach, jetzt verstehe ich das auch. Jetzt verstehe ich das auch. Ich verstehe ehrlich gesagt doch nicht. Ich dachte, ich verstehe es, aber...
Come on, come closer.
Ich dachte, ich verstehe es, aber ich verstehe es gar nicht. Oh, Alter. Zu zweit ist echt fies. So, bam, bam. Ich frage mich, warum ich die mal umboxen muss. Warum muss ich die immer umboxen? Warum kann ich die nicht einfach... So wie immer auch mit dem Schwert einfach zerrocken. So, komm, jetzt der ist platt hier. Den haben wir schon mal. Den haben wir auch gleich.
You'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back! Ugh!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Of course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Das ist doch garantiert angeordnet worden, die Stadt von den Leuten zu reinigen.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see? Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Her dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see? Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now.
Sorry to hear that.
Okay.
Take care now.
Ich musste das jetzt gerade nochmal hören,
I gotta
irgendwie.
look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
Ja, so ganz schlau werde ich aus dem Ding hier ehrlich gesagt noch nicht. Also.
This time of year? I know that smell. Formaldehyde.
Hier ist noch was. Schon wieder eine Predigt eines besorgten Bürgers. Predigt. Dann schaue ich mir auch das nochmal an. Auch da steht wahrscheinlich, haltet euch an die Gesetze und alles. Aha. Vergesst nicht, liebe Leute, dass das Licht, das vom Feuer ausgeht, jegliche Dunkelheit vertreibt, jede Lüge aufdeckt, jede wertlose und verdorbene Seele enthüllt. Nicht einmal Doppler, die ihre Gestalt wechseln, können sich vor seinem Licht verstecken, auch nicht Hexen und Zauberinnen, die die Bevölkerung mit Leichtigkeit an der Nase herumführen. Und auch nicht die freizügigen Frauen, die den Männern des Nachts auf der Straße mit ihren Reizen den Kopf verdrehen. Entsagt der trügerischen und unmoralischen Magie, bedeckt sittsam eure Leiber und hegt keine unsauberen Gedanken. Dann wird euch das ewige Feuer alle Monster und Sünder aufzeigen. Oh, Alter, ey. Oder euch ebenfalls in seinen Flammen verzehren. Ein besorgter Bürger. Besorgter Bürger am Arsch, ey.
Human. Priscilla's. Man's footprint. The murderer's, maybe. Weight on his heel. Took a step back. Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Der ist doch nicht jetzt irgendwie in denselben Fußstapfen wieder zurückgelaufen, oder was? Nee. So, was ich, wie gesagt, überhaupt nicht verstehe, ist, also ich verstehe halt vieles jetzt aktuell nicht hier. Aber eine Sache, die ich halt nicht verstehe, ist, warum kann ich nicht richtig kämpfen mit meinem Schwert? Ist das vielleicht, weil wir die Leute nicht umboxen sollen oder so? Weil die eigentlich gut sind? Wir müssen auf jeden Fall mal kurz eine Stunde meditieren. Aber das bringt nichts mehr. Das ist echt irgendwie... Irgendwas stimmt da nicht. Das war doch sonst nicht so. Vielleicht werden wir bis morgens meditieren? Nee, bringt gar nichts. Pass auf, dann muss ich jetzt leider einen Trank nehmen und dann meditieren. Kapiere ich nicht. Das hat sonst immer geklappt. Na gut, aber das ist jetzt nicht zu ändern. So, dann gehen wir jetzt mal zum Leichenbeschauer. Angeblich gibt es ein neues Opfer. Oh, wenn wir die gefunden haben, ne? Dann machen wir echt einen Kopf kürzer. Den, der, die oder das, was auch immer es ist.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
So, hier waren wir jetzt schon. Hier brauche ich mich nicht mal umgucken. Ja, bin ich mal gespannt, was es denn Neues gibt.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter. And I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
Aha.
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad. Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone, because I had forgotten to lock the storeroom. Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
By the way, you and von Gratz don't exactly get along. Why is that?
I had him sent to prison. You see, Joachim led the student protests in 1242, a senseless and brutal revolt. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision. Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
How old's Von Graz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life. Amusing, is it not?
Dann fangen wir mal an.
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? A parchment. Made of human skin.
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Oh ja.
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Oh, dann jetzt aber flott.
Till next time, Master.
Oh, das Rennen wurde aktualisiert. Heißt das, sie ist schon tot eventuell? Warte mal, jetzt muss ich mal eben auf die Karte gucken. Vielleicht haben wir hier... Da ist ein Schnellreisepunkt. Dann nehmen wir natürlich diesen.
Right. The pilot's dead.
The thinking customer will see right.
Double Choice.
Take a gander over
Ah, das wäre natürlich doof, wenn das jetzt abgebrochen ist. Dann können wir das Rennen gar nicht mehr machen. Wenn die gute Dame tot ist.
What do you want?
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, we'll throw my ass out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
Ganz
So
recht.
be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
What? What? Die können ja krasse Sachen.
Oh, Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now, I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
I'm hunting a serial killer, and I've got reason to believe your mother will be his next victim.
Why, even if it's true, our guards.
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims, cuts out their hearts. So let's see how she is, just in case.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious.
Ja.
Please, follow me.
A fire fit for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seemed sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith. A rather serious one. We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, uttered not a word on our way home. She had all the holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Oh ja.
Hear that? Calm and quiet. All seems to be in order.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
Darum geht's jetzt nicht.
He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Oh Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann.
What now, you piece of...
So, weg mit euch. Tut mir sehr leid, aber ihr müsstet erstmal alle sterben.
Spread out! Murderer's still here!
I'll break
Jage den Mörder, aber wer ist denn der Mörder? Wer ist denn der Mörder? Ich bin doch nicht der Mörder. So, ich muss mal ganz kurz auf die Karte gucken. So, auf die Karte gucken. Irgendwie soll er noch hier sein. Ich kann jetzt natürlich alle umboxen, die Leute, aber das ist ja auch nicht zielführend. Na komm. Machen wir halt platt. Machen wir sie halt platt. Machen wir sie nicht platt, würde ich sagen. Wenn das so weitergeht. Die Jungs, die hauen ganz gut rein, ne? Alter, und rennen können die? Oh, jetzt habe ich das genommen. Das wollte ich gar nicht. Alter Falter. Katze nehmen ist natürlich echt denkbar ungünstig. Das hätte ich mal lassen sollen. Ich sehe ja gar nichts mehr. Verdammte Axt. Hier ist zu. So, vielleicht hiermit?
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery, taking you to the heiress.
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once.
Trottel.
Mother, why did he do this to her? Why?
Vielleicht fand er Huren und Bettler allmählich langweilig.
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire, only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body, a note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
Was ist denn da für ein kranker Spinner unterwegs, ey?
Bruises, broken fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, not just the name but the place too. Won't get away this time.
Aber auf diese Art und Weise werden wir immer einen Schritt zu spät sein. Wir werden immer hinterherhängen. Immer.
Same wounds as the previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's, fast.
Die Krüppelkati. Die kennen wir auch schon, die haben wir auch schon mal gesehen.
Another empty formaldehyde bottle.
Ja, zu blöde, dass die uns aufgehalten haben vorhin. Das ist echt doof. Wir hätten ihn schon haben können. So, ist aber ein ganz schön langer Weg jetzt, ne, den wir da vor uns haben. So, ich hoffe, wir kommen diesmal nicht zu spät. Aber ich würde ja mal mutmaßen, wenn wir immer nur den Hinweisen auf diese Art und Weise folgen, sind wir immer einen Schritt hinterher. Er wird uns ja immer einen Schritt voraus sein. Aber eine andere Idee habe ich auch ehrlich gesagt nicht. Geh mal hier zu den Docks und dann versuchen wir am Wasser lang zu laufen. Vielleicht klappt das. Mann, jetzt speicher doch endlich. So, hier haben wir auch noch die andere Quest, die mit dem Hattori-Schmied. Das machen wir aber dann demnächst, sobald wir das hier alles abgeschlossen haben. Wer hätte das gedacht, dass sich diese Quest mit der Priscilla noch so zieht, sozusagen. Also ist ja jetzt nicht nur Priscilla, sondern es geht ja jetzt auch noch weitaus mehr. Die süße Nettie in der Krüppelkati. Ach, die Krüppelkati war, das war die Kneipe. Ich dachte, die Krüppelkati wäre eine... Hä? Ich dachte, das wäre die Dame gewesen, die ich schon mal gesehen habe irgendwie. Hier ist zu. Hier war das. Doch. Ich erinnere mich.
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client.
Schnauze.
Do not disturb them. Any needs, master?
You mean me to grab another lass to join us?
No, I was sick.
Was? Noch ein höher?
Hey there, handsome.
Und keiner will was gehört haben wahrscheinlich.
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
You, though? Whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet again you disturb me. And I so
Ich hab's doch gewusst.
I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you.
Ich hab's doch gewusst.
What, no foreplay? No formaldehyde? Coals in my eye sockets?
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to crippled Kate's. To sweet Nettie. If you didn't leave it, who did?
I don't know. But I see we must talk. Calmly.
Who knew you'd be here?
Strangely enough, I don't announce these outings far and wide. There's but one man who... That's impossible. He treats even corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner. Said you were busy, that you wouldn't visit the morgue. Gotta go after him.
Go. But to Warehouse 12 at the docks. He's there this time of day procuring
Und
supplies.
wenn du der Frau was tust, dann töte ich dich.
I shall stay here. I've unfinished business with sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
You'll untie her, drop your coin pouch on the table, then leave here and never come back.
Yes, I will.
Good boy.
Auch wenn wir ihn eigentlich hätten töten sollen. Alter, ey. Was gibt's hier für kranke Leute, ey? Was stimmt mit euch nicht? Was stimmt mit euch nicht, ey? Da kann man gar nicht so viel essen, wie man kotzen möchte. So, wo geht's denn hier runter, verdammte Scheiße, ey. So, dann wollen wir mal dahin. Ja, der Leichenbeschauer, das leuchtet natürlich ein. Der Typ, der hat uns ja auch gesagt, dass der früher spezialisiert war auf das Foltern von... Was ist hier los? Das Foltern von Frauen.
Let's do this quick. Mute and quicker. Maybe.
So. So geht das, mein Freund. So läuft der Lachs hier. Nur um das nochmal festzuhalten, ne? Warum hänge ich denn jetzt hier? Was soll das? Zum Lagerhaus beim Hafen. Oh, ich hätte sie beide töten sollen. Ich hätte auch den Typen tot machen sollen, wirklich. Das geht nicht. Also ich ärgere mich gerade über mich selbst, dass ich hier mal am Leben gelassen habe, den Scheißer.
Run out of formaldehyde.
I underestimated you. You almost caught me in flagrante delicto. Now you've seen through my bluff with Nathaniel. Although, you've not divined all, I see. Had you, you would have drawn your silver sword.
What are you?
A vampire. Higher, of course.
Got a reason for killing? A reason to torture?
I thought you'd figure that out as well. The symbolism's rather obvious. Coals for those who are blind to the fire. The egg of a salamander born of fire to replace their cold, doubting hearts. Fire down the throat that...
Yeah, symbolism's clear. What's not is why a vampire would kill in the name of the eternal fire.
Should be equally obvious. I concur with the Church's diagnosis. Novigrad is a fallen city. Its population amnesiacs to the very concept.
Ja, und du trägst Handy oder was?
So I decided to remind them, in a manner they'd be certain to notice.
You're a sick fuck.
I never expected you to understand. You're a cynic and an opportunist. I sensed it from the start. Ah well, this conversation has grown unpleasant for both parties. We must move to the next item on the agenda.
Ja, dich zu töten.
I last fought a Witcher 2 centuries ago. I do hope I remember how it's done. And you? Have you faced one of us? No, you couldn't have. You would have survived.
Jetzt ist das... Scheiße, das ist natürlich jetzt extrem blöde. Wie ist es um unser Schwert bestellt? Das ist noch in Ordnung. So eine Katze brauche ich auf jeden Fall nicht. Da kann ich nichts mit anfangen hier. Oh, fuck, ey. Jetzt haben wir so einen verkackten Scheiß-Vampir. Das kann ja ein Spaß werden. Naja, was soll's. Früher oder später machen wir das schon. Wir schaffen das schon. Pass mal auf, jetzt machen wir erstmal Folgendes und zwar legen wir drauf ganz wichtiges Zeug auf unseres Schwert. Wir haben doch hier Vampir-Gedöns, oder? Wir können das im Kampf nicht ausrüsten. Ich hasse dich. Ich hasse dich, Spiel. Ach, fick dich, Spiel. Alter! Oh, alter Falter. Okay, das ging relativ gut. Das ging relativ gut. Also mit dem Irdenzeichen können wir den ein bisschen festsetzen. Das funktioniert schon mal. Wenn wir noch nicht hier sind, dann können wir das Öl auftragen. Das sollten wir natürlich auch tun. Jetzt wissen wir, dass wir es mit einem Vampir zu tun bekommen. Oh, scheiße. Fick die Henne, ey. Auf, wir haben doch hier Catche. Warum wirkte das Zeichen nicht? So, hier drin geht das doch alles. Fast schon unspektakulär. Alter Falter, ey. So ein verdammter Hurenbock. Boah, bin ich glücklich, dass wir den besiegt haben. Die Vampire hier unterwegs, Quatsch, die Leute hier unterwegs, die machen auch immer lustige Geräusche. So, dann haben wir auch alles geschafft an dieser Stelle. Ich würde sagen, ich mache an dieser Stelle für heute mal Feierabend. Und ja, ich laufe da noch hin. Och nö!
Greetings, Witcher. It's nearby. Ready?
Einen Moment noch.
Need a minute.
Very well, but hurry, please.
Noch können wir das nicht. Wir müssen erst die andere Quest zurückgeben. So, wie gesagt, ich laufe da jetzt noch hin. Ich hoffe, es hat dir gefallen. Und ja, schalte auch beim nächsten Mal gerne wieder ein. Würde mich freuen. Und dann, ja, mach es gut. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.